Hi, my name is Anand Hasbi, and I'd like to. What? What was that? Okay, so that was my little skit, which I use Pink Ducky. And this little prop is to coincide with the title of the episode, which is Addressing the Elephant in the Room. So, addressing the elephant in the room. As we know, lately there has been a lot of news with regards to the pandemic and also, I guess, the political instability which is hampering down our nation. And with that, we could see a couple of sectors which were kind of beneficiaries for the global pandemic, which was the glove sector. Having said that, however, I am a contrarian analyst, whereby I tend to invest away from the herd. And I think you can kind of see in this channel, we highlighted a couple of other stocks, which has been battered down quite significantly, including the banks and also the hotels. So over here, I think in September, I talked a little bit about Maybank. And at that point in time, I think Maybank was about 7 ringgit. And I was kind of favorable with regards to Maybank. Aside from that, I was also favorable for YTL. At that point in time, it was 73 cents. Right now, it's 92 cents. Aside from these two stocks, there were also other sectors which I think that were beneficiaries during this particular crisis. But not many people talked about it. And I'll be highlighting it for you in this channel. That way, you guys can take opportunity from this information. So the other sectors which had a big battering down during this particular crisis was the oil and gas and also the palm oil sector. I think back in April, there was some news flows indicating that oil prices actually dropped quite significantly. Disclaimer right here, palm oil and also crude oil, they're both different types of commodities. Palm oil, we can kind of eat. Crude oil is kind of for the car. But right now, with the introduction of biodiesel fuel, what's happening right now is that the palm oil has quite a strong correlation with crude oil. So if you look at smaller palm oil players, like Plantantion, it fell to 21 cents, and today it's 64 cents when the palm oil prices actually picked up. The same thing can be said with other palm oil players. Another one is IJM, which was one ringgit, and today it's 191. I think in this channel you can see that I bought hibiscus and oil and gas stock very much earlier. And actually, to my horror, I just want to tell you guys a small little mistake which I made, and I just want to kind of share it with you guys. If you notice, I actually bought hibiscus, I think much earlier, about at the 60 cents region, and I bought only one stock. And I knew the oil and gas sector would be very bumpy, and I had the forecast that it may go down quite a little bit. And if you can kind of see where this particular red dot is, the stock which I bought, hibiscus, actually dropped to 45 cents. And I remember buying one stock just to highlight to me the prices of hibiscus, and if it dips to a particular level, I wanted it to be my buy trigger for that stock. Having said that, however, in line with the title of this particular episode, with so much of political instability, with the argument in parliament, with issues on the EPF, yada yada yada, what happened was that there was this big elephant which crossed the road, and I didn't quite spot that particular elephant. So when hibiscus reached 45 cents, it ought to be a buy trigger, and I missed that particular buy trigger. And and today it's 63 cents. So I missed, I think, quite a good upside for that particular stock. So to my horror, this is what happened. So in conclusion, I guess what I'm trying to say in so many words and using pink duck prop is that right now with YouTube and also with news, with also Facebook, there's just so much of information. And I feel that we are overloaded with too much of information. Back when I started trading back in the day, books were very expensive, and for me to get my hands on books, it was quite difficult. And for me to even go to a library back in the day, it was quite a daunting process. There was no Uber, so I had to haggle with a cab driver, and sometimes You have to wait for maybe 30 minutes to an hour just for a cab. And when you reach the library, you borrow the book. And then when you want to get out from the library, you want to hail another cab, it may take another 1 hour or so. So it was quite a horrible process. But having said that, I know I'm rambling. Right now, there's just so much of information. It's such a wonderful time. But the paradox of right now, today, is that there's this hive mentality and everyone seems to be following a certain pattern or certain set pattern. And what's happening right now is there's a lot of other small trends which is happening, and a lot of us can make money off that. So I guess this is a reminder to myself also to maybe sometimes stop with the information overload and maybe just focus on important information. That way we can make faster trades, faster decisions, and we will not make horrific mistakes like my particular mistake right over here. 40 cents to 60 cents. That's kind of not the best feeling in the world. So I just wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully you guys don't make the same mistakes as I do. And with that, hope to see you in the next episode.